Again with the big decision after a heated discussion in San Jose over whether the city should create a new safe parking site for RVs. Good evening. I'm Elizabeth Cook.
I'm Reed Cowan. So the site is about a mile from that Berryessa BART station, and Devin Fehely joins us live with what was decided just over an hour ago and why some neighbors, Devin, say the city needs to find a new spot.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Now, Reed, behind me is what is left of one of the largest homeless encampments in the city of San Jose. It's near the San Jose airport, and you can understand how someone could drive through or past this area, see what looks like chaos and disorder, and say, well, I don't want that in my neighborhood. But the mayor says the people who live here are deserving of help as well, and his promise to neighbors is that a managed encampment isn't going to look like this. Brooks Buncher is one of an estimated 400 homeless men and women living in their cars or RVs on the streets of San Jose.
There are plenty of people out here just like me who are willing and capable to work, willing to be clean, willing to do things that they need to help themselves.
Brooks currently lives and sleeps in the backseat of his SUV, works odd jobs, and earns just enough to eke out a meager existence on the margins of regular society, and says he would jump at the chance to join a safe parking program.
Not everybody's out here because they want to be, not everybody's out here because they have had a better option and chose not to. A lot of us are out here simply because we need a chance to be able to be independent.
The San Jose City Council voted to open a safe parking program in the city's Berryessa neighborhood. They'd pay roughly $18 million over the next 10 years to house people living in their RVs and cars.
As the mother of two young kids, this is not acceptable.
Christine Lee lives near the proposed encampment. She's concerned about who may end up living there and worries about the safety of her children and others nearby.
If all the neighborhoods are opposing plans like this, then we should find a place further away from the neighbors.
The city just want to get rid of the eyesores of the other businesses on maybe Montague Expressways and other places, but putting them together out of the street, and then they consider the job done.
Mayor Matt Mahan says there are currently thousands of homeless men and women living on the street in San Jose. This program, in contrast, he says, would offer them order and opportunity, structure, and services.
The question is, do you want someone to be living in a tent or RV that's completely unmanaged, without security, without services in your neighborhood? Or would you like them to be in a site that has security and services and gives them the opportunity to turn their lives around?
Brooks says he'd like the chance to prove that he could be a good neighbor.
I fully think that it's possible to do it without all of this chaos, but it will take proper management, and it will take probably at least a couple people on site.
Now, the mayor says that there is often opposition to these types of programs at the outset, and that the onus is on the city to prove that they can be managed and orderly in their execution. We should also note that just down the street there is a spray-painted sign on one of the barricades that says, "We are homeless and not hopeless." That is an important distinction to be made.
A message of hope, no doubt. All right, Devin, thank you so much.